Okay, here we are in Shard's Landing. This is a new level 100 heroic tune. I created a Necro and start with a oh, start with a Merc. Now I was sitting in a buff pile earlier. I'm going to take this stuff off my Merc just because I want this to be, at least at this point anyway, uh, how you start. You know, when you start a level 100 heroic tune, you start here in Shard's Landing. This is where I'm at. Call of the Forsaken expansion. Sorry, not Call of the Forsaken. Reign of Fear expansion. There are actually 3 expansions that fall under the level 100 level cap, but this is the first one. And I was just going to come in here and do some level 100 questing like I'm a new player. Here's your 3 options. If you're curious, Google stuff. Google's a huge help. If you haven't played EQ in a while, coming back, whatever, Google stuff. A real quick Google search for Everquest expansions by level brought me up to a wiki page, and I could scroll through and find out exactly what level every expansion fell into, what level ranges. And it was really easy to find what my options were to start playing. Obviously, Reign of Fear was the first expansion to take us to level 100, so it will be the easiest. Call of the Forsaken will step up from that, and then Darkened Sea will step up from that. If it's been a while since you played, the achievements under here, I'll just close these other ones down. This Reign of Fear is where I'm at. The achievements under here will show you what to accomplish. Basically, just a little checklist of stuff to do. Exploration. I've been in the Shard's Landing zone. It turns blue. I get that achievement completed. All right, simple enough. Quests. So this is, if it's been a long time since you've played, you're just coming back, this is kind of the checklist to follow of, well, what do I do in EQ nowadays? You're by yourself. There's not tons of people at level 100 to play with, I'll tell you that. But that's fine. If you're a solo player, if you've decided you wanted to box, whatever, either way, you can still come back and play and have fun. And maybe you have to be a little picky about what class you pick. But you have a Merc to help you out, so no matter what class you pick, you should be able to accomplish something. It's just how fast you'll be able to get through. And then to each his own. There's ways around. If you want to speed up the process a little bit, you can. If you meet people, join a guild, get some help, you can always. There's people who play the game who do nothing but power level people. They charge you some chrono. Chrono is a tradable currency. You can spend real life money on chrono to get power leveled up. There's all kinds of stuff you can do. But I'm gonna play this like just solo, I guess. That's why I picked a Necro. I love Necros. I've played one basically my whole time playing EQ. I've always had a Necro either as a main or on standby, so I really enjoy the class. So anyway, if I was going to play now, I would come in here, achievements. So there's your list of general stuff as I complete things off. Okay, so champion would be, once I achieve these, well, you get, those are the mercenary and partisan quests. So lesser champion of fear. There should be champion of the shadow of fear. Like, those are the big headlines under here. Champion of the reign of fear, champion of shadow, lesser champion of heart of fear, right? So quest. Day 1, step 1, mercenary of Shard's Landing. Let's go. So you have a mercenary quest list, you'll have a partisan quest list, and you'll have a mission or missions, it just depends on the expansion, for each zone in an expansion. So Shard's Landing is the first zone we run into on the list here. So that would be your natural starting point. And mercenaries all look to come from, at least until the end down here, this Master Hunter Gilaire right here. So let's grab a bunch of these and see if, first of all, if it will talk to me, if she will talk to me. Oof. Oh, dismissed. If you're looking for work, you're going to have to prove yourself to the management here. Go speak to Box Boy Drent and run his little errands before bothering me. Is that by chance? Okay, when I first zoned in here, a little chat window popped up, or not really a chat window, whatever you want to call it. A little box popped up and said something about welcome to Shard's Landing. It offered me basically a starter quest for the zone, and I accepted it without really paying attention to it. And that appears to be what this is. And you can see here I have my quest overlay up. EQ button, quests, quest overlay. The reason I specifically point out how to open this is this little guy likes to close every single time I log out. I don't know if that's just me, if that's everybody. That's how you open that if you want to see that. You can move that around. I have it locked right now. Right click, lock. You can move all these windows for that matter around, arrange it however you see fit. A million different players will have a million different screen organizations, so play with that as you like. This quest looks like it is exploring the Harbinger's Outpost, which appears to be this area in here. I will say, because this is not my first time playing EQ, this area is the hub of this expansion, if you will. All these big purple circles are portals, and they take you to all the different zones of this expansion. This map, this zone has a lot going on. It's very messy label-wise. I use these are Brewall maps. I don't know. I think he's actually quit making maps now. You can still go get the old ones. I don't know if there's any new ones, but there's also goods. I know goods maps still exist. Oddly enough, I don't have a goods map for Shard's Landing somehow. So whatever. But you can see they're labeled on my map here, the portals. And as you work through these quests, every single one of those portals has an attendant, they call it, and he or she will give you a quest to activate that portal, to attune yourself to that portal. So I'm sure we'll get to those as we go through. But this gal won't give me my mercenary tasks, which are usually just kill mobs in the zone, until I do this. So she wants me to speak to Overseer Drent, who is standing right here. Let's see what he says about stuff. Greetings, traveler, and welcome to the outpost of the Harbingers of Tool. Normally, I would offer a grand speech to sell you on the pressing importance of joining our ranks immediately, but we are pressed for time, and I'm quite certain you have been through the same routine enough times that you understand what needs to be done. For now, I need you to become acquainted with the geography of these hills. Oh, before you go trekking off into the wilderness, speak to Master Hunter Gilaire over there. She may have some work for you in the future. Well, sir, I tried that, and she said, go talk to you. Now, go talk to her. I see. So it looks like... What is this prissy skeleton doing around here? Her tone becomes higher pitched and mocking. Come to save the world again. Smash the baddies and grab their treasures. Go run Boxboy Drent's little errands and get back to me if you survive. Then maybe, just maybe, I'll have some work for you. Well, ma'am, let's just see here. So, he wants me to explore people's camps, areas. Okay, this is go find where stuff is. And this seems like... I'm invisible. Where did that come from? I must have feigned death at some point. let's turn that Merc back on, as I see I'm about to die by doing literally nothing other than liching myself to death. And I'm gonna preface this by saying on my server I play on Luckland. I could sit in the lobby. They do buffs in the lobby. I could sit AFK, get some buffs at level 100. I'm not doing that currently on this character. I just want to play it like a new player would be playing through. Start from scratch. Not all servers, I don't think there's people who buff consistently on all the servers. I've played on a few different ones, and some do, some don't. Some have easier access to buffs. Luckland is pretty. You're pretty guaranteed to get buffs on Luckland if you sit in the right spot. So, but I have not. So these are just self buffs or my Merc buffing me, and the same thing with my pet, self or Merc. That's it. Explore. I wonder if that person is on find. Control F. Magus Burl Shin. Well, I'll be darned. Magus Burl Shin. Mysterious forces prevent me, but his little X is down here. Okay, I am invised, so let's just run to that little X. And the rest of this looks like just exploring, running around and showing me where all the camps of the mobs are. It's been a long time since I've played this zone, but I know that this zone is kind of split up. All the little areas are different camps of different kinds of mobs and stuff. Like snakes and bugs are in this outside ring. If we look at the... I'm on a find now, so I can't look at the map, but... the outside ring of that central area. Oh, and actually, this is a spot here. I wonder if that'll check something off. The outer ring will have the snakes and the bugs in it. Then we come out here to Valley of the Naya. I'm going to stick with that. So marked right there, Valley of Naya, check mark, something disappeared I saw. So I guess we'll just keep checking that off. And the Magus guy should be sitting over here behind the Druid ring. Okay, that just checked off his camp. And now it looks like it's just a matter of going around and checking off the different locations. So if I want to make it quicker, it looks like I can just go around. Maybe I'll go in a clockwise circle and just hit. They appear to be marked on my map in white lettering. Just hit all these and check them off. Oh. You can see up there, it looks like there's some kind of mob holding the hills down. Okay, so this wants me to okay, this is gonna check me off on these guys, it looks like. Make sure I'm not running into anything named or oogly. What does it call these? Pyre beaks? I don't see that left on the list. They must have checkmarked. Maybe I missed the update. So we'll move on. Down here we have Corruption's End. Corruption's End. There we go. So basically, these Explore achievements just lead you to a dot wherever it updates, and right around here is where it updated. And let's head back out. Going past green scale nest. All right. And keep running around. Ooh, a collectible. Some of these things I just did some testing kills to decide where I wanted to go. A little bit of loot I gained from that. And I think one overseer mission to look for a certain drop for a trade skill item. So stone coat and infected plain are okay, infested plain, I mean, yep, okay. And then stone coats, okay, so they're both here. Let's just hit both of those check marks. Okay, I suppose the only way this could backfire is if I run into a named mob. I don't know if at 100 with heroic gear running into a named mob is in my best interest. So Banescale's Den, Village of the Forsaken, Warntooth, and Crag Feast. Okay, and Warntooth, those are both on there. Oh, okay, and I see Banescale Den and Village of the Forsaken. So that's all the rest of the checklist right there. Fairly boring quest, but I guess you got to get the boring ones out of the way to do the, I'll say, less boring ones. Okay, there's Warntooth. Crag Feast. Should be around here. Nailed it. Oh, collectible. Or shiny, however you want to say it. Real quick on those, if you're unfamiliar, this is what I picked up, that shiny purple shard. It says a tunable collectible. It says I have not collected it. That's as simple as just right-clicking on it to collect it. But before I do that, you can go to the lore tab of these items. Anything you pick up off the ground like that, that is a collectible, you can go to the lore tab and it will have on here, this is the collection set that it comes from. And if I click on this, it automatically opens onto my achievements tab. So EQ character achievements, or you can get to it off of here as well. You can see Fear in Pieces in Shard's Landing. These are it's usually 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 collectible pieces. Right click on that. You have collected Purple Shard. And if oh, it just updated as I clicked away. Nope. Collections. Shard's Landing should be at the top. Fear in Pieces. There it is. Now I have a green check mark there. I've picked that one up. 1 of 1. You get all 8. You get 10 AAs and then some EXP. 2% of the EXP required to go from 100 to 101. Okay, no big deal. I guess what I have earlier I had set my experience to 100% to AA. I'm going to back that back down to 0% to AA. I didn't want to get any experience while I was doing um, some unrelated tasks that just happened to be on this tune. Needed some pieces, and I was trying to find them with this guy. So I did get a little bit of EXP from that. It doesn't really affect anything for this. So, um, but I had changed it because I didn't want him to level too much and gain levels. So I changed it to all AA EXP so I wasn't gaining anything. Because as a 100 heroic, or as any heroic character, you've already been granted all of your AAs up to that level. So I'm not gaining anything that way. But now I'll be gaining the experience back. So we need to head down here to keep going. So as I'm running around, I'm always looking for those shiny things, as anybody would. ADD promoters. Look, a shiny thing. Okay, come around here. There we go. I was gonna say, I'm not close enough. And then our final one should be right up here. There we go. The underground city. Oh, it is going to have me go over there. Okay, so that is all the way back around here to the north, down to there. And I assume, because I see more white lettering in amongst the mess of the map, this is a multi-layer situation. This goes underground, obviously, underground city. I assume it's going to have me go there as well. Altar possibly as well. Silent Hall. I assume those are going to be check marks that pop up after this. So, where am I? Clear over there. All right. Around we go. Is that another shiny? All right. Just double check. I mean, they'll be the same collect set, but that one was show up, update. Hmm. What was I doing? What collection was I doing there? Shards Landing, Fear and Pieces, Corrupted Core. Okay. Another person. Hello. Boy, I would kill for some bard speed right now. General chat is talking about the Tears of Alaris. I personally am not of the opinion that is worth a crap. Especially with the amount of time that you invest in getting it and maxing it out for, let's be honest, the reason that this was kept back in the day was the plus 5% to defense mod. That's long since been surpassed nowadays. So you're adding in, you can turn this into a type 3 aug, I think is the big, yeah, augmentation type 3 slot. This is the big claim to fame, right? So you're adding, because the defense mod means nothing, 20 to clairvoyance, 20 to spell damage, 20 to heal amount, 2 to endurance regeneration, 10 mana regen, 10 hit point regeneration, and 20 attack. Well, for instance, my level 100 heroic character, let's look at my mana regen, for instance. Combat mana regen is 323. Add another 10 to that, big deal. Combat endurance regeneration, 80. So 82 instead of 80, big deal. I don't see the, I mean, attack. I'm a necromancer, for God's sakes. My attack, it's 1249. I think technically you would add these together for your full attack number. Does it show back here? No. But like 1249 to 1269, I mean, that's not going to change. I get it. EQ is a game of weights and measures, if you will. One more drop in the bucket, but my God, that's a tiny drop. Yep, council chambers. Around we go. Yeah, that's one of those things. Like, everybody needs to make, a decision on what they want for their character and this, that, and the other. And it also makes a difference too if you are, which way? Well, that's the wall. But I'm looking at the map down here. Which way? Okay, we can cut through here. But yeah, that one in particular is just such a tiny drop in the bucket for me. I just can't justify the time it takes to do that and max that tier out for 20 attack. I don't see it. But you do you, bro. Okay, here's the Silent Hall. Alright. Look for anything out of place. This seems to be getting, for a pre-quest, this is getting pretty intense. Look for anything out of place. What exactly are we getting at here? Something laying on the ground in a corner, maybe. Well, alright, sir. Let's check the corners. You don't expect me to go back behind every single one of these little pedestal things, do you? What's over? Oh, what's this? You want me to pick that up? You did. You did want me to pick that up. So this is just a quest item. Welcome to Shard's Landing. Alright, this must be the item I'm looking for. Return the crystal to Overseer Drent. Now, does Necro stuff let me make a shortcut of this run? Because I think I have the ability as a Necro to Levant. That's an AA. my UI setup here is from a different Necro. I just copied the UI over. So all my hotkeys and macro, everything I had built on my other bigger Necro is the same on this one. I just may or may not, all this red stuff is things I can't use. So not all clicks are going to work out for me, but this AA should take me back to, I don't see the Sucor or Sucker spot to where you go back to. Let's just try it and see what happens, because that's a long run. Where? Well, okay. I suppose I'm technically a little close. Now I see it though. There's the spot. Hey fella, just passing through again. Don't mind me. You're in your tent sleeping. Don't mind. Oh no! Oh, that's not going to be good. Okay. Oh, can a level 100 pet feign? He can feign. Now, where is my Merc? Oh, my Merc might have to take one for the team here. Or not. Where am I at here? Am I amongst critters? What did she do? What kind of trouble have I gotten into here? Where did that guy even go? I don't know. I'm going to carry on and see how bad this gets. Maybe he'll just get bored and fall off extended target. Where? Okay, my guy should be over here somewhere, but I see a shiny I'm going to detract from because, you know, they create ADD in us. Hey, good. He dropped off. Oh, look at him. Okay, side quest. Okay, already have that one. And already have that one. I don't see a reason to save them. I'm going to destroy them. Possibly that kind of stuff could go to the bazaar. Just depends. It's not going to make you rich, but it might get you a little spending cash. Oh, Drent. Oh, you're not at this spot anymore. You live in one of these tents, I think. There you are. Hey, look what I found, dude. I found your crystal. All right. Welcome to Shard's Landing completed. What do we get? We get, let's see here, 3 AA points and 1.56%. So we should be looking at 28 and change. 28.352 plus some AAs, which don't really do anything for me because, like I said, on a heroic character, everything should be given to me that I qualify for at this level. Everything's auto granted, which, by the way, if you start out fresh, remember to check your auto grant enable button on your AAs, and also a new feature as of Shattering of Row. On the options tab, auto grant spells, which needs to be followed up by typing. You need to check that box. and then type /auto grant spells. And you can see it says you have already scribed all the spells currently available from the spell auto grant. I have already done that. So once you turn that on, it's on. Every time I level, the spells for that new level will be automatically granted. You'll see a message that will pop up, and I forget exactly what they say, but it automatically puts them into your spell book, and you'll see them in your spell book here. So that's kind of a nice feature to have, honestly. But anyway, that is the Welcome to Shard's Landing quest, and I'm assuming this lady will start talking to us now. What's up, lady? Ooh, got some work for me, I see. Here's what I need done. Don't go getting yourself killed on the job. Well, aren't you the little heartbreaker? Now we go around and kill stuff. But I think I'll save that for another one. Thanks for watching. See you next time.